Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Rachel Ray here and today I have another Wipnchat. Wipnchat is work in progress and chat. Today's work in progress is Autumn Lane Stitchery's Dark Queen of the Seas, Sal, Stitch Along. And currently we have the three fish. This is Zig, Zag, and Zod. That's what I've named them anyway. And I am working on the body of the woman, which is behind the fish. So it'll make sense. If you're doing the Dark Queen of the Seas, then you probably know what it looks like, but I'm not, just to save printer ink, I'm not going to be showing you the picture. I might be able to stick in a photo here. Why not? So I'm working from the bottom up because I thought it was easier to count down here at the bottom and then work my way up like that. This is a 28 count opalescent, which is why it's shiny, opalescent linen by Under the Sea Fabrics in the colorway Bewitched, which was dyed specifically for this stitch along and using the called for DMC threads at the moment. Having a bit of tea with you all, and I hope everybody is well. So I am going to be working on the letter A, which is a blend. Oh, it's a blend, 550, and I'm using the 550 that was gifted to me. Thank you so much. 550 and 336. So I'll show you what I do. I have them in bags to the side, and I keep them on the skein like this, yeah? Then I pull out a length, so just to my elbow, which is what I was trying to show you there. And then I take my scissors and I cut. And we are going to just need probably two lengths, so I will keep it open here. I'm going to take one piece. So to separate the strands, just want to kind of get them all separated. There's 6 strands all together. And you just hold the one and then pinch here very lightly, but pinch and then pull out the one strand, just like that. I'm going to put this back in the bag so I can come back to it if I need more. And I'm going to reach for 336, not 356, 336. And I already have some strands kind of pulled off. I don't want the little one. I want this big mess here. And I'm going to pull one off. And those two colors together will make the blended thread, which is going to look amazing. So, okay. How is everybody doing? Today has been a really, well, outdoors. It's been kind of a dreary, rainy day. But James and I have been in pretty good spirits, considering that Ireland has just gone into a level 3 lockdown, that he has effectively lost his job and is now going to help me here at home to try to keep everything under control. Aside from all that, actually, we're doing pretty well. I'm going to flip this over and show you how I'm doing this. So I'm going to be starting, let's start from the left to the right. So next to the fish fins, I'm going to put in, I usually go under about 3 threads. 1, 2, 3, come up. And I'm going to secure it by pulling almost all the way to the end and then sticking my needle under that last of the 3 and then looping it around again. And I flip over my work. And now this is the hard part because this particular chart, I'm only going to show you the side. It's really small, so it's kind of hard for me to see. So I'm going to make sure that you can't see, but I'm going to be able to see it. Hi, Luna. How are you, baby? So we're going to start down here. And I'm just gonna talk to you about my week. I hope that y'all are doing well and that you're safe. And can you go lay down, Luna? Go to bed. Lay down. Good girl. So we have been well. I did have to pause the Etsy shop to catch up with orders, but that's open again if you're interested. I sell diamond painting cover minders and needle minders for cross stitch. They can usually be used for both, and I put it in the title. If I feel that it's for one or the other, I will only put that one in the title, you know what I mean? But it has been so busy. So thank you all so much. We really appreciate it. I didn't think there would be such a big response, but it is really helping us right now. And now that the post is back open again, it's really exciting because that was the whole reason that I had closed my shop. And it's really fulfilling to be doing this again. I do enjoy doing it. So we hope that we were doing that all day today. I did wake up this morning and I did a little bit of knitting, but as soon as I got up for the day and I took a picture of it to share with my friends in our group chat, I realized that I messed up really early on in the section that I'm doing. And I was so disappointed in myself, you guys, like really, really disappointed. I'm going to have to put in a lifeline, but I'll do that later today. Right now, as I'm filming, it is 5:30. It's really late in the day. But like I said, we were busy all morning in a good way, in a really good way. Oh, I have some really important news to share, you guys. So thank you for being patient with me. I did choose the winners for the, the diamond painting pen draw. So a few weeks ago, in a video, I announced a little giveaway for 25,000 subscribers. And the prizes were a flower pen and a seashell pen. And I said to everybody I was going to draw 2 people, and the caveat was you had to fill in that little Happy Mail form that I have linked in the social section of my description box. And you had to use the word pen. Then I drew one winner, contacted that winner, and that winner wanted the seashell pen, and that winner is Darling and Whimsy Designs, Deanna. So congratulations, Deanna. Thank you so much for participating. And then the second winner, so I actually drew the second winner and contacted them, and they said that they did not want a diamond painting pen. They were just commenting and saying that it was beautiful. They weren't interested in getting to diamond painting at that time. I was like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. So I went ahead and I drew the second winner, and the second winner is Cheyenne. So congratulations, Cheyenne. You are the winner of the second pen. And that was so exciting, you guys, like super duper exciting. I can't wait to do more. I will have more. And I do appreciate everybody who participated and, you know, told me which pen they like. And I really appreciate all the people who have been with me for, you know, for as long as you have. And even if you're new here, it is nice to be able to make videos that you'll enjoy, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm working as hard as I can to make that a reality. And so yeah, it's super exciting. What else has been going on lately? Sorry, I'm trying to think and stitch and talk. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just look here. So I've got to go 4 over, and then I missed one down here. So I'm going to pop down and do that one on the way back. So let's go backwards, and then I've got to go to the next one down. Right here, right? Yes, right there. And then go back up again, because I don't want to miss that. Okay. So, oh, things have just been so like crafty wise, it's been really busy in a good way. Like with all the sales and everything going on right now. This is just a little reminder that Jessie is still doing the season of smalls. So if you're working on cross stitching with me, make sure that you send in a picture of your finished small piece, 50 by 50 or smaller, so that she can add them into the little video that we're making, or she's making, not me. I'm just here to be a cheerleader. But if you do finish your small by the 11th or before the 11th of October, be sure to send a picture to seasonofsmalls@gmail.com so that she can count you and draw a winner. I'm excited to see who's going to win. That is really good tea. So that's going on at the moment. We've got the Dark Queen of the Seas. We've still got the diversity and inclusion. And Sal September is over. Sal September, Sampler September is over. But what is everybody's October plan? At the moment, I'm just working on this and my season of smalls. And then what is the other thing? I'm just trying to catch up on all my sals, really, because I have this thing where I start a bajillion projects and don't finish them. So I'm working on catching up. Someone did ask me if I was going to go back to the Harry Potter, and I will. Letters from Hogwarts. I will go back to Letters from Hogwarts at some stage, but I am going to be modifying the bejesus out of it. So I decided that I was going to go kind of off pattern a lot early on when I started it, but now I feel like Stuart has made an amazing base, and I want to use that base that he created to really just make my own letter from Hogwarts. So the things that represent that, come up in my mind when I think about it, and because it was such a big part of my childhood growing up, and I have some really, really great memories. I don't want to. I want to kind of stitch what's in my mind, if that makes sense. All right, we've finished on this side, so I'm going to flip you over. Whoops. If anybody's wondering, I am using the Elon lap stand from Artisan Designs. I did do a review on this, or an unboxing, and first impressions, and I think I did a follow-up later on as well. If you're interested, just search for Artisan Designs on my channel, and it should pop up. If it doesn't, let me know in a comment, and I will make sure that I get the link there. But so I'm really enjoying this stand. I very rarely stitch without the stand. I prefer to stitch on this particular stand. So I'm going to go all the way up until this mark here, and that's where I need to stop, but I don't want to fill in that spot there. Okay, perfect. So now I can just stitch and talk away. Yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment, and I'm super excited because I've got an advent coming from a knitting, like yarn advent coming in from the UK. That should be here soon. And one thing that I am a little bit sad about is that my Curio Stitches yarn didn't come yet. And my plan was to actually go ahead and stitch up another Empower People bandana, and or knit it up rather, and then have a giveaway. So I don't know if it'll be in time for the election. That's kind of what I wanted to do. But if you are interested in winning a bandana that I knit you, could you please write the word bandana below? What I'm going to do is I'm going to run the YouTube random comment picker on this video. Yeah. And I'm going to get in contact with a person who's filled out the Happy Man form and also use the word bandana in their comment. That's bandana, bandana. Yeah. So please do that. And I look forward to seeing all the people who are interested. The idea is that I will, when the yarn comes in, or if I have enough left over from the last one, maybe I could use that one. But what I'll do is I'll get in contact with you and see if you want a purple one or if there's something else maybe I could use. And I will do that because that's something that I did promise, and I'd like to get that started and finished as soon as possible, even if I can't use the yarn that I wanted to. You know what I mean? But who knows? It might get here in time. The post is still kind of all mucked up anyway. So yeah, that's just a little thing. Also, I'll have to find out, you know, what's your neck size and stuff, like what size do you want it to be around your neck. I made a size 20-inch around my neck, but I found that it's actually a little bit too loose for me. So if you like the one that I knit for myself, I will gladly hand wash it and dry it and mail it to you if you prefer. So if you want that one, the one that I have, that I made myself, just let me know in the comment that you wouldn't mind the purple one that I made already, because that would be faster. But I still want to knit, you know, knit another one. Anyway, okay. So mine is open for this giveaway. So that's exciting. I've got the Advent coming. That's the special like fall Halloween one. It's not really. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I mean, I guess it feels kind of fall or Halloween-y to me because I associate Buffy with September, I guess, school and that sort of thing. It's funny the associations that we make in our minds with things like that, you know what I mean? Like Supernatural for me. When I think about Supernatural, I think about Chinese food. Because, okay, this is going to sound funny, but because I was a part of a TV group, and we used to get together on Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night, and we would watch like 2 or 3 episodes of Supernatural. And we got through the entire series up until that point. I think it was season 6 that we got to. And after that, I didn't watch any more Supernatural because it was a social thing, you know. But I really liked the show, and every time that we would go over to that house with all the people, me and my best friend, we would order Chinese food, and from the same place, and we would carpool, and it was just so much fun. Oh my gosh, simpler times. But yeah, good times. So what's a crazy weird association that you have with something that makes no sense to anybody else but you? I would love to hear. All right, I'm finished with that part. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm probably going to go this way though, so that I don't make it too bulky there. See what I mean? I'll pull that through, and then I just clip. Just like that. And then I'm going to go to this side right here. I moved the dog bed in here. One of many dog beds in here for Luna. And it's not an orthopedic one. Okay, this is how bougie I am. I want my dog to be comfortable, okay? So I was looking online to see if I could get her an orthopedic dog bed. Why are there so many options? Why are there so many options and price points? I'm just like, I just want a dog bed that's not going to hurt her arm, you know, because if you don't know, Luna got hit buy 2 cars a few years ago, and so her elbow is kind of fused, so she limps all the time everywhere, and it's very uncomfortable for her, even though we had her shoulder replaced and it's got a titanium plate in it. Even though all of those things are true, she still doesn't use her leg. But anyway, I digress. I wanted to get her another bed for this room, and I went online, and I've gone online several times in the evening and just checked to see, you know, like, can I find a good deal? I think I'm going to wait until Prime Week, or is it Prime Day, and see if I can get it for like super cheap. Okay, bear with me one second, guys. I'm going to try to see if I can fix the lighting, because I'm just realizing now that my hand is a shadow. So let me fix this and I'll be right back. Oh yeah, that's way better. I think. I hope. I hope you can see a little bit better now. It's kind of hard to adjust these things by yourself. But we'll get there because I have my new setup. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so happy with this new craft room setup. It's just so nice. I like coming in here. I feel much more productive when I come into this room. I feel like it's a proper office space now, and everything has a place. There's so much more storage now that I have these bookshelves. And you guys, it's just, I don't know, there's something about rearranging a room that's so nice, so therapeutic. So I'm really, really enjoying being in this room. I have my wax melts going. At the moment, I have the Yankee Candles Macintosh, and I only need to burn it for, you know, a few minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now we got to go 3. Is that right? Yes. So, yeah, Macintosh from Yankee Candle gets me into that fall spirit. I only burn it for a few minutes, and then I turn off the burner because it's very, very powerful. The smell, the scent goes all the way down the hallway. So it's really nice for the rest of the house as well. But I don't know about you guys. What kind of scents do you burn in your house around this time? And then this one is 4. What type of scents do you go for? I go for apple, or it's another one. Poached pear is a good one. Those kind of, I'm not ready for the sweet smells yet, like baked cookies or anything like that. Really not ready for that. I think I'm going to stay away from those this year because they just make me want to eat sweets. But I think my overall favorite scents are lavender, clean linen. What was the other one that I had last year? It was in the summertime, margarita. There was that one was on sale, and I tried it out, like that one. But see, my overall favorite scent of all time from Yankee Candle is Midsummer Night. Midsummer's Night. There's an apostrophe in there. That one is just like so good. It's more of a earthy smell. And I don't even know, I haven't looked to see, you know, what scent profile it has, like what exactly they use, but I love it. So good. Okay, this is going to get complicated now, and I have to count. So we're doing 1, and then I have to go over to this side. Someone was asking me, how do you count on linen? And you know what's funny is that when I first started, it was really tough. But I think the more that you practice, just like with everything else, the more that you practice, the easier it does get. And at the very beginning, I would do something like, okay, let's see. For example, I'd go up and go up 2 and then to the diagonal and then up 2. And I'm doing the Danish style where I go across an entire row and then I go back. Sometimes I don't do that. It really depends on what the pattern looks like. And it's kind of hard to explain that at this point. Cross stitching, I had to learn it from watching a lot of YouTube videos. So, you know, you start with the small patterns and work your way up, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, so that was the 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna go in the blank space and see. The most important part, I think, as a beginner cross stitcher is just to decide which leg do you want, which leg of the X. See, that's one leg of the X and this the second leg. Which leg of the X do you want to be on the bottom and which do you want to be on the top? It sounds pretty dirty, but it's not. It's really important that it always stays the same. So for me, I choose the bottom right to top left is my lower leg, and then from top right to lower left is, sorry. Let me say that again. From the top left to the bottom right, top left to bottom right is my bottom leg. Top right to bottom left is my top leg. So you can see here that everything is in the same order, the same position. And if there's a wonky stitch or two, I mean, I don't mind because this is not a model stitch. This is just mine. And I don't stress out about it because, to be honest with you, I stress about way too much. And this is the last thing that I want to cause me stress. Because you know how, like, let's talk diamond painting for a second. So if you're familiar with diamond painting, you're putting these little plastic resin drills onto a canvas, and a sticky canvas, and you are essentially covering the entire surface. Now, my favorite is the square drills, the square beads. I really enjoy the square ones because it's really satisfying. There was a problem a while back where the square drills were made and they weren't great. They weren't a great quality, so they were, you know, not sitting together properly. And so, unfortunately, it meant that let me find this color, Y327. It just meant that we had to, where is this color, man? Where'd it go? 310, 315, 336. Where's 327? Huh? 327. Hold, please. Oh yes, of course. I also have this bobbin flip from Bags Plus, and I have it on a bobbin. I'm so used to not using bobbins that I was like, what? There's no way. So I just unfurl a piece that goes all the way up to my elbow. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I tried to do that away from you so it wouldn't burst your eardrums. But, what was I saying? La 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 la. Diamond paintings. So, I really don't know where I was going. Where was I going with that? Something about diamond painting. Square drills. Love square drills. Ugh. The thought is gone. I can't remember. Oh, so, right, I got it. So, thing was with square drills is that if you place them, if you place them with a multi-placer, sometimes you can tell that someone has placed them with a multi-placer. Because if you're not very precise with it, then you can see the lines. And sometimes that drives some people, nutty. And it's all a personal preference. I mean, obviously, you do you. It's your craft. You enjoy it the way that you want to. You know what I mean? Like, don't let anybody spoil your fun. But for me, like, I really love multi-placing, but I tried really hard to make it as precise as I possibly could because I don't want to see those lines. Okay, I'm gonna create the outline of this piece first, and then I'm gonna fill it in because this is where I should have cross-stitched, but see, that's no fun. So I'm gonna just kind of do the thing that I told you that I don't really do that often, which is crossing each and every X as I go. I may have to think really hard while I do this, so forgive me. Wait a second, go back. You can back up and cross stitch as well. You just go through the holes the opposite way. Okay, so that's 1, 2. Yeah. This is really important. I suppose because this is the shadow of her dress, or not her dress, the shadow of the fish and like the outline of her body, that it's okay if it's not 100%, but still. I haven't diamond painted in a while. I just haven't been feeling the mojo at all. I'm sure it'll come back eventually, but I don't want to really stress out about it either because honestly, like, I have so much to think about in my personal life, and I don't want to get into it right now because I really feel like I feel like if I say it out loud, I'm going to get jinxed, and there would be nothing more disappointing than me disappointing my subscribers and the people who watch me. So I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to say it out loud, but I'm working really, really hard to make things happen for me and my family, and we'll see. Hopefully it works out. Let me see. That's 1, 2, 3, and then I gotta go over up 1. Perfect. Ooh, so update on Dropchef. So we have been cooking meals from dropchef.ie, which is a meal service in Ireland. Let me see. And then down. So it's a meal service in Ireland where we get sent 3 meals per week, and we cook the ingredients that they send us. They send a recipe card, and it's super duper fun. So you can probably hear my husband right now. It's really, really delicious and easy. And so, when we were joking, he was saying, how sometimes businesses will cater to your busy lifestyle, but actually, no joke, like for the first time, I feel like that actually applies and I'm listening. So let me just count these stitches and make sure that I'm doing it correctly, and I'll be right back. Okay, yes, I am on track. And it's been a little bit, I've completely lost my train of thought, but something that did pop up in my mind when I was talking to James was that I forgot, or maybe I made mention of it a while ago, but I just wanted to mention it again. On the Etsy shop, I have put up a listing for the Black Lives Matter fist, and all the profit from that is going to go to the Boys and Girls Club of Metro Richmond. So I'm not really sure if I was clear about that, but I just wanted to say it. And I do appreciate everybody who has purchased one so that I could make that donation. I'm gonna have to check and see how much money has been raised so far. I might do that right now. Let me check. Perfect. So we have sold 8 of them so far, and so the profit of that is 48 euro, which is wonderful. Thank you all so much. As of this moment that I'm filming, there are still 5 available. So if it's possible, if you would like to purchase one in aid of the Richmond Boys and Girls Club, I would really appreciate any and all help that you would be willing to give. So let's see, that is 1, 2, and then 1 over. So that's really exciting and fun. What else is going on? You guys, there's so much going on at the moment. I'm just ticking off. We need to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 from the corner. So 1, slow going cross stitching, I'm telling you, but the effect is so nice, and there's something really calming about this too, though it's not as mindless, you know what I mean? I think in order, that's curled around, 1 second, let me go back. It's not laying flat. Oop, and then I stuck it through a thread. Oops. Oh well. I don't have my little saber, so you know, the little I have a little finger sword as I call it, that straightens up the threads. But another way is just to bring your needle all the way down to the fabric and then kind of comb out the thread. That'll make it lay flat again. But again, I'm not really that worried. It's not going to be noticeable once the piece is complete. And if anybody criticized me, I think I'd probably punch them in the throat, to be honest with you. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go in a diagonal. So we got to go over 1. And you can see how, I hope you can see this, it's like the shadow of the fish. This is the outline of the fish there. And that's going to happen again in another color as well. So super exciting. The plan that I had put in place for myself was to do this last night, but unfortunately, by the time that I got around to crafting last night, I was just going cross-eyed whenever I looked at the pattern. So yeah, I guess that happens sometimes. So I just worked on my cowl. And then I was actually so tired, you guys, last night. I was so tired. I don't know what happened, but I just fell asleep on the recliner. I haven't done that in ages. I think it's the weather, to be honest. It's just so rainy and gross outside. I think I was listening to Tracy earlier, and her daughter is stitching in the video. If you go to Tracy's craft house, she was talking, her daughter was stitching, so it was like, you know, you could see the stitching happening, but Tracy was weaving in the ends on her crocheted blanket. She was like, I just want to talk and do this, but it would be so boring. It would not be boring watching you weave in ends. I actually would love to watch that because I don't think I'm weaving in ends properly, and I need to see somebody do that. And then who else? I've watched quite a few YouTubers, and I haven't been able to leave comments because I'm just like, I've got it running in the background, and I need to get better at that. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Let me check. 2, 3, and then 3. 2, 3, and 3. Sorry, this is the really important part. So this is where you have to pay attention. 2, 3, 3, and then 2, 1, 1. I've just been trying to keep up with, you know, all my peeps. I've fallen really behind with diamond painting videos. So if you haven't seen me comment in a while, I just want you to know it's not you, it's me. I haven't been watching YouTube for diamond painting very much unless it's a Wipnchat. So I'm not getting enabled as much. I guess that could be part of the problem. But it's just like, you know, if there were just more hours in a day, I think I'd be fine. You know what I mean? So then we got to come straight down from that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come straight down 4. And I am so hungry. I have been eating, this is going to sound weird maybe, but it's quite normal in Ireland, is I've been having brown bread sandwiches with ham and coleslaw. And the coleslaw has cheese in it. And it's really good. I wouldn't normally eat coleslaw all that often. James doesn't eat it at all. So I think part of it is that I've found a food that's safe in my fridge from my husband. And I can eat it and he won't eat it. And so, you know, sometimes we share everything, and like and we eat a lot of the same food. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, maybe there was a part of me that was like, I want to eat something that you're not going to touch. Same thing with like kids' cereal and stuff. He doesn't eat cereal, so I'll eat the cereal, and I get a kick out of it. All right, so we've finished the outline, and we can fill that all in. I'm just going to go ahead and start a new thread though. Oh, that's weird. There's a needle attached. There's a needle attached to my scissors. I was like, wait a minute, I have a needle in my mouth. What needle is that? It's a little bit, is it smaller? Is it gold? I think it's shorter. I'm gonna just use this one. Okay, so now I'm gonna keep going with that same color, but this time I'm gonna use, sorry for going in front of the screen 1,000 times. I'm going to use the loop method. So bringing both ends together equally, and then give it. The needle minder is from Agnes Little Minders on Etsy. I believe it was called Deep Ocean or something like that. Something Ocean. It's so pretty. I love it so much. I'm just going to work from this side over. So let's see. I gotta look really carefully right now. So if I come down like this, the one I want to miss is this one. So going down and then filling in all the spaces there as well. Okay, let's get started. So we go in this side. That blend though looks so good. I'm no stranger to blends though. If you have been here for a while, you know that I participated in the Stiach Along and Stiach Alone. And M Fitzpatrick is the designer for Stiach. I think her and Matt do the designing. Unless Matt just does the filming. I'm not sure in the website. But anyway, they are definitely amazing at creating patterns, and they are masters of blends. So whenever I see a blend now, because I started with them in my cross-stitch journey, I just think about them. When was the first time that you encountered blends in your cross-stitching? One of my newest, like one of my mania starts this year was the Riolus Unicorn. It's a beautiful pattern. It's just very complicated because you're constantly changing the number of threads and you're making lots of blends, and it's all very I don't want to say difficult. It's just a more advanced pattern, I guess. And it is beautiful. I need to get back to it, actually. Hold on one second, guys. Okay. So James is back, and she's taking a shower, and we're going to have dinner, and it's going to be amazing. And I'm so hungry, I can't even think straight. I'd say that Luna is too. She's here beside me, so I apologize if she grumbles, but hopefully she won't. I don't normally film this late, so I do apologize for the lighting and everything. But yeah, it was just, it was one of those mornings. And so the lockdown, I suppose I should talk about it. So we're on a level 3. You don't have to worry about me. I think my anxiety isn't like it was when the pandemic first happened, when we first went into lockdown. Level 3 is not level 5. So it's not as strict, and it's going to be fine. It just unfortunately means that my brother-in-law's restaurant had to close up temporarily. And even though there are going to be like restaurants and bars that are open and doing like takeaways and things like that, he just made the decision that it was probably better for his staff if they didn't go back or stay at work, because it's not essential. And it was the beginning of the month anyway, so it was easier to make that decision. It's just unfortunate that like not all places can make that decision. Some places have to stay open, and the people working there have to work. But I do have to say that I'm really happy and glad that I live in Ireland, where because this government mandated lockdown has happened, and forcing them to close, it means that they're going to get a special payout from the government, what we call the COVID payment. I'm sure there's a more technical term for it, but James is going to be getting the COVID payment while I continue on the path that I have begun for myself, working as hard as ever, maybe even harder than ever. So yes, I'm glad to have him home. Let's just put it that way, because as I was telling you a while back, the reason that I got Drop Chef was because I felt like there wasn't enough time in the day to do all the things, like to do all the house stuff, chores, take care of the chickens, make meals and everything. So it's nice to have him home, and it's gonna be a bit of an adjustment, but I think in the end, the lockdown is kind of a little bit of a blessing for me personally, but it's not something to gawk at, and it's certainly not something to make fun of or anything. I mean, people have died, and what Ireland is trying to do is prevent the spread of infection from happening to the point where people are having to go to the ICU, because there aren't enough beds in Ireland for us to ignore this pandemic, to ignore the virus. Other countries, and I don't want to get too political on this or anything, but just hear me out. There are other countries that have decided to not take it as seriously, and they might have either better healthcare options, they might have more hospitals or more ventilators, or perhaps that's not the case. Okay, but for Ireland, I can only speak for this country, and that is that we don't have the support, we don't have the staff to handle another major wave. And when they saw the start of the wave, they went, nope, we gotta pull this down. One criticism that I do have is that I wish that they would just close the borders and stop flights, because I think that is actually what could be causing a lot of issues. And again, I don't want to get political here or anything like that, but I personally have not traveled. Even though I really wanted to, I very badly wanted to go to Spain and Italy, and later on this year I wanted to go to Germany, of course, to see Heike, Stone Cold Coffee Crafts, but unfortunately I have had to cancel all of my plans. The only thing that would force me to travel this year would be if my grandfather didn't, if he got to a state where I needed to go home. And I think you all know what I mean by that. I just don't want to say it out loud. The results of his MRI are not back yet. I have not heard anything yet, so I don't know if the cancer has spread to his brain or his bone marrow or anything yet. I will let you know if something happens, of course, and I will let you know if I'm traveling back to the States. But of course, because if I were to go back, I obviously couldn't meet anyone or do anything because I'd be quarantining for 2 weeks and then living with my grandparents and helping them for however long it takes. So we will see. We'll see what happens. I know it's not just me and just my responsibility. There are other people in my family as well that could help, but I do feel like I would want to be there. So I've always said that I would be there anyway, and that due to the things that I'm doing right now, the work that I'm doing from home, with the channel and everything, I really feel like I could be there when they need me. So we'll see what happens, though. I currently don't want to think about it too hard because I don't want to go back there. I had a very dark week a few weeks ago, so I don't want to go back there. We will see what happens when it happens. So yeah. Good shows that are on TV right now. So I have been watching, what is the name of it? Lovecraft Country, which honestly, it's gory. Like, it's really, really gory, and I'm not a gory TV person, but the story is incredible and I'm really enjoying it. I just kind of like turn my face away or not look at the screen when something happens. But wow, the story is really good. At first I was like, oh, this is kind of cheesy, but now I'm really liking it, and we're watching like an episode each night. I just try not to watch it too close to bedtime because then I feel like I'm gonna have nightmares. It's insane. But it is October, so 'tis the season, right? I'm really excited for The Witcher season 2. I'm not sure exactly when that's coming out, but I need it in my life. I really, really, really can't wait. And what else have we been watching? Honestly, we've just been watching a lot of like QI. And James got into a new game on PS4, 5? What is that console? I don't know. I don't pay attention anymore. He's doing a fighting game. It's like a Japanese game. Hang on, let me ask him. Nope, can't hear me. He's in the shower, so oops. It's this really cool like Japanese samurai style game, and just really great graphics, and the story and stuff is quite good as well. Not the best game, but it's certainly pretty good. I think it's something. I am down by the top of the fishy's head, and there is some, yeah, that's all this color. So let me just go in this direction first, and then I will go back over in a moment. So yeah, that's kind of it at the moment. We'll see what happens. I mean, the weather has gone back to autumn style weather, which is damp, wet, cold, fires lit every night. It's kind of cozy though. Like, in fairness, it's really, I'm trying to embrace it, because this summer was very humid and hot and just uncomfortable. So I'm kind of enjoying the cool weather. Hopefully, though, I have heard from several people that this winter is meant to be one of the coldest that we've had, and that does not sound very exciting to me. So we shall see. I wonder if it'll snow this year. It snowed here, was it in 2016 or something? 2015, maybe? No, oh boy. Anyway, it snowed here a few years ago, and it was so much fun. But in lockdown, I don't think it'll be as fun. The lockdown is meant to last for 3 weeks, and then they will review the numbers. Obviously, they're looking at the numbers every day, but they will review the decision after 3 weeks. So we're just trying to. Most of us are planning to just, take up our hobbies again and get into it. And I've offered to give people diamond paintings, that kind of thing. See if they'd get interested, finally. But yeah, no, it's good. We'll get through it. I feel much more optimistic about it now than I did at the start of the year, because I feel like we kind of know what we're getting into. Maybe that's a bit naive of me, but I don't think I could handle the anxiety that I had at the beginning of the year again when it comes to like COVID and all that, you know what I mean? So not really going to do that again. So what are your plans for the rest of the week and the weekend? Do you have anything going on at the moment? Anything exciting? I heard that there's going to be some virtual retreats. I don't know much about them, but that's kind of like a thing that we could all get into. I would love to participate in an online retreat kind of situation where we did a Zoom or something, and even a live stream. It would be nice. We should definitely set up a live stream. Would you be interested in a live? I think I could possibly do that next week, since there's not much going on, and why not, so let me know if you would be interested in that as well, and be open for everybody. Probably would last about an hour and a half, and more than likely would take place in the, I don't know, it could be the evening. I could do an evening live, which would be late afternoon for the US folks and early morning for my Aussie friends. So yeah, we might do that soon. Why not, right? So what do you think so far? This is looking good. I like doing the outline first and then just filling it all in. It's really satisfying. Yeah, somebody hungry. Are you hungry? Ooh, and then the last thing, I mean, this is kind of a side note, but we moved the chickens. Oops, I went down the wrong hole. We moved the chickens to the front yard, and they're loving being under the... Hey, no, you can't do that. Not when I'm recording. I'm so sorry. Luna? No. Excuse me for a moment, everybody. Sorry, guys, she's really restless. I think it's about dinner time. So we moved the chooks to the front yard, and there are these giant rhododendron bushes in my front yard. You may have seen them if you're on my Patreon. I did put up a video a while back of like the bees, you know, moving around in the yard, and around the rhododendrons in the early summer, I think, around maybe April or May. And yeah, they are living under those bushes, and they are loving it. It's so secure and like really well hidden for them, you know, like they feel really good being under there. So I think we're going to keep them there for another few weeks, maybe a week or two in that spot, and then we'll move them into the back again, into that area, the run. But we'll see how it goes. Sorry, that's my husband going back and forth, and then my dog kind of going, what's going on? Why is everybody separate, and why are the doors closed? So that is the plan anyway. We gotta prep them for their long run in the back of the house for the winter. She's stretching and letting me know that she really would love to have dinner right now. But yeah, I really enjoy keeping the chickens. The hens, they're so easy to take care of, and they require very little. Like they don't really need emotional support or anything. They just need food and a place to scratch, fresh grass, and like to move every once in a while. And I think we have done a pretty good job with them so far. Not to like brag or anything, but like I just really enjoy keeping them. And I hope above everything else that we do not have a fox come this year and ruin it, because it's just been wonderful having them, and I do enjoy taking care of them. So there is that. Okay. I think with that, I'm going to let you all go. If you are interested in more like behind the scenes stuff, and I have a special discount available for my Patreons in my shop. And not only that, but you get to see what the schedule is going to look like. You get to like hang out with me in my car every once in a while, and I'll do special videos for you every week. Not to mention the live stream that we do at the end of the month, every single month. There's no pressure, but if that sounds like something that you would like, I do offer those perks over there. It's patreon.com/RachelRayCraft, or you can check out the link that is below in the description box. And it would be great to have you over there. And the money does help support the channel, so I do greatly appreciate it. It helps me get more equipment and all that kind of stuff. But it also gives you kind of a sneak peek into my life and how things are going on, you know, in the background of me. I really enjoy making content, and I will always have this channel, you know, well, maybe not forever and ever, but as long as I possibly can, I'll have the channel. And obviously the content that I put on the YouTube channel is completely free. You do not need to pay anything to watch, but if you want to support, and you don't have the money, running the ads does help. At least 10 seconds before skipping would be great, but you don't have to do that for me. You could do that for other creators if you'd prefer. But that's just a little insider knowledge in case you're wondering how that works. And at the moment, since we're talking about Patreon, at the moment I don't have tiers on my Patreon. You just pay what you want each month. It is a monthly subscription, unless you want to cancel after a month, which is completely fine too. No judgment here. But because Christmas is coming, I know. At the beginning of next year, though, I will have tiers, and it will be kind of more exclusive, since Patreon is kind of going that way with everything, and it is rivaling the YouTube join button, which I am not going to get a membership button at this time. I feel like YouTube takes enough revenue as it is, without taking more of your money. So please, 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 if you want to support me monetarily, then join me over on Patreon. I can offer you so much more over there. Okay, that's enough about all of that. I'm sure that that's bored you to tears. I will see you again tomorrow for the daily crafty chat and show you the progress. Hopefully I can fix the mistake that I made in my cowl earlier this morning or last night, whenever it was that I did it, and get some more work in on this after dinner. It's been really nice having a long catch up with you and letting you know what I've been doing. And hopefully in the next few days or weeks, I will have even more to share. I know that this time of year, this time of year is always kind of difficult for different reasons, but we're going to get through it. And I think that the daily videos are really helping me right now to persevere. And you know what? I just remembered something. Hang on one second. I remember there were some questions. One second. Okay, there were just 2 questions that I think I saw. It's Ms. Weasley was asking about a needle minder that I have on one of my projects. It's this little lamp post with a bird. I think that's the one you're talking about. That one is actually from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and my friend Jessie purchased that for me from their website. But if you're in the States, you could purchase from them. They are based in the States, the frostedpumpkinstitchery.com. And that's the Midnight Way needle minder. That kind of goes along with the project that I'm stitching with it. And then there was someone, and I can't find the exact comment, but they were talking about asking about 1/1 stitching for skin. And I'm not there yet, but the belly of this lady, I'm thinking about doing 1/1. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it. It's going to be torture, but I'm going to do it. Basically, if I can share with you, how do I do this now? I don't have any free patterns that I could show you. Imagine that you have the grid. Okay, we have the grid here. I'm going to zoom you in so that you can really see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we have a square right here, 1x, 1x, 1x. Now, if I'll just pick it out. So I'm going to move this a little bit so that you can see. And I'm going to do it right here in the middle, and then I'll pick it out. So 1/1 looks like this. Let me take off one of the threads, take it out. You just want one strand on your needle. Okay. And I'm going to come up right here. Sorry about my nail. All right, let's pretend that the block next to this square right here, that this is the skin. Okay. So I'm going to come up, and instead of doing 1x, I'm going to separate this into 4 quadrants. Now, for example, on the pattern, it'll have this one square where it would normally be this size, that it would be one color. So I'm going to fill in all 4 corners with this floss. And it's going to look, you're going to do an X in each corner. Now I'm doing this here, and I'm going to probably have to cover it back up with a single, X on top of this, because I don't think I'm going to be able to rip it out. But I just wanted to show what that looks like. And you're going to see, in the future, when I get to the skin, you'll absolutely see it. but I'll show you what the effect looks like. So instead of, it goes very slow, obviously, because you're doing 4 X's in one stitchy box. See that? So what it does is it increases the level of detail in that box. It's a very poor example now, in fairness, but that is what 1/1 is. It's one strand in one quadrant over the thread. So instead of skipping one, going, you know, oh, where's my needle? There we go. Instead of going, okay, so this is 1 and 2. Instead of doing that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See what I mean? I'm probably not the best at explaining this because I am still very, very, very new to cross stitching, but I hope that it makes sense. And I promise you, I will show you what it looks like in the future. So I'll zoom you out again. There we go. So you can see. So that's how much we got done. We almost filled in the entire section there. Sorry I couldn't do it all with you, but hopefully I can make a little bit more progress tonight. I need to get this video up and sorted. It'll be up rather late, and I apologize for that, but I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. I really did enjoy talking with you. If you have any questions or anything, please leave them down in the comment section below. I'd love it if you gave this video a thumbs up, and if you're new here, if you want to subscribe and hit the bell, it'll notify you when I upload new videos. And with that, I will let you go for the day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye!